Hey, hello, it's Andrea, and today is Halloween. Happy Halloween! And last year we didn't give out candy, but this year we're going to give out candy. I have this bowl, I got it from the dollar store a few years ago. And I'm going to put some candy in. I bought some bags of candy and then I took some of the candy out and made little bags for my kids, which my kids are all adults. You know. But, I'm still a mom, so. I got some M&Ms. Those were peanut M&Ms. And I got some plain M&Ms. Listen, are these by Mars? Mars Candy Company. Do you know that they were supposed to imitate the flavor of a malt milkshake? I got some Hershey's candy, which, I live in Pennsylvania, so Hershey, Pennsylvania. But, I got these at the grocery store. And it has peanut butter cup pumpkins, chocolate tombstone, Hershey chocolate bar tombstones. And then it's got ones that are the same thing, but they're white, like so. Look, here's the peanut butter cup pumpkins. That's the regular peanut butter cup pumpkin with the chocolate. And then they have this one called Ghosts, and it has that quote-unquote white chocolate on the outside. And here's the Hershey bar, chocolate Hershey bar tombstones. They're calling them tombstones. And then they have a white version that says Fangs. Can you see that? It doesn't feel like there's an edge to it. Maybe there's just a design on it. Anyway, so I got those. Here's what it looks like in the bowl. Now, I don't know, am I supposed to wear a medical mask? And am I supposed to grab the candy out and give it to? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But I'm looking forward to seeing the kids, I like seeing the children all dressed up in their costumes. I didn't put together a costume this year, but when my kids were young, I had this, I might still have it, one of those big foam costumes that was SpongeBob, and I just used to wear that so I wouldn't scare the kids. But Bob wants to make a scarecrow. I don't know if he's going to get around to it or not, but he wants to do the kind where you stick the pole in the ground and tie a bar across it, and then you hang a shirt on it and you put a pumpkin head on top. So I painted a pumpkin head for him, and I'll put it in right here. Here's the pumpkin I painted for Bob. He wants to make a scarecrow out of it. Well, I asked him, did he want it to be scary or goofy? And I also wanted to show, I know I've shown this before, but it just reminds me of toys that I would get around Christmas when I was a kid. I found this at I don't know if I found it at like a thrift store or what, but it's a little plastic pumpkin. Look at that. It looks so vintage. There's stuff from my childhood that says vintage on it. There's stuff from my teenage years that say vintage. Anyway, so you pop it open and it makes a sound, and there goes the I don't know how to make it look like where you can see the action without my finger in front. I just love this stuff. It's just a piece of plastic, but it's so much fun. We don't really do a lot of decorating for most holidays. Sometimes we'll put up natural stuff. Like we usually buy a bunch of pumpkins, but since I was in Colorado this year, we only bought the one pumpkin. Like we usually like to go to the farms and get them because I like to support the local farmers. Plus we would get pumpkins, we would carve some, and some my son would make pumpkin, what do you call it? Pumpkin puree out of it so he could use it for fudge and I could use it for pies, but we didn't do that this year, so I'll just be using canned pumpkin to make pumpkin pies. That'll be for Thanksgiving. Yeah. I'll tell you, when I was a little kid, we used to make our costumes. like their only costumes they had at the store when I was a kid. They'd have this hanger, and on the hanger would be like this very thin plastic mask that was kind of flat like this, and it would have the face kind of on it, you know, like Frankenstein or whatever. And then there'd be this thin plastic. Sometimes you can see them, like of course, they're retro or vintage. And that kind of looked cheesy when I was a kid. So most people, most people made their costumes, you know, and we would make them out of old clothes, like our parents' clothes, or paper bags, cardboard boxes, tin foil. We called it tin foil back then. I don't know if it was tin. It was probably still aluminum. And aluminium, for those of you. I know you guys say we pronounce it wrong, but it's spelled differently here too. So I wanted to say something about that. Look, I'm going off track again. So, you know, I'm a big fan of Ben Franklin, so I study a lot about him, and he was involved in a lot of stuff with the printing press. And the biggest reason why English in the US, the words are spelled differently than they are in the UK, is because of the printing press. So, you know, it cost more to put more letters on there. They wanted to save space, so they started condensing words, much like we do now when we're messaging each other on the cell phone. So that's why stuff like flavor, they take the U out. They take U's out, they take E's out, they would take extra syllables out. So look, you learned something today, unless you already knew that. So my husband said he's supposed to learn something new every day. So he probably knows that because I talk about that stuff all the time. But yeah, I feel like I'm talking too much. Well, I love Halloween. I'm going to have a Halloween party next year. I've already decided. It's not going to be that exciting. It's just we're going to eat food and listen to music and hand out candy. I don't know. Whatever. It'll be a party. But I do like Halloween, 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 Halloween. Anyway, are you doing anything special for Halloween? I feel like there was something extra I was going to say. I said we made our own costumes. One year, I made my sister. So we had a costume contest at school, right? Where they judge your costume. And one year I made my sister an iron, you know, like you iron clothes with. I made it out of cardboard, and I put like a cord on the back, and I painted it, and nobody knew what it was. It still looked like something. Like it was in two parts. So like the face part of the mask was like a triangle like this, and it had little circles all over it for the steam to come out. I don't know. I thought it would look better than it did. Sorry, Nanette. But anyway, I don't remember a lot of a lot of times we dress as nurses because my mom first she was a nursing assistant, and then she was an LPN, and now she's an RN. So we always had nurse stuff around, and I got tired of wearing nurse stuff. I dress like a witch a lot. One year I took this, you know, they got this makeup called Wet n Wild. That was always the cheapest makeup. It would be $1 or less at the 5 and dime. I sound older than I am, but, you know, at my age, back in the 70s and 80s, there were still a few 5 and dimes left. They were the Woolworths. I'd get the green eyeshadow, and I put it all over my face, so my whole face was like green and sparkly, because I wanted to be the witch from The Wizard of Oz. Anyway, I think that's enough. I think I've said enough. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.